Besides eating cereal with water, what is the most outrageous eating sin you have ever witnessed? When I visited my aunt's family as a kid, she served a purple cow milk mixed with grape juice for breakfast. If you haven't tasted that, take my word for it, it's not a great concoction. In elementary school, we used to mix the milk and juice the school gave us for breakfast to puke and get sent home early. Apple juice and milk usually worked the best. I think grape juice and milk was a close second. I work at a pub/restaurant waiting tables. This couple walks in who I've never seen, but are apparently regulars. The bartender sees them, shoots me a glance, and goes to grab something from the kitchen. Before even taking their order, he's filled the crushed red pepper shaker and told me to take it over to them. The woman orders a small cup of French onion soup and proceeds to unscrew the cap of this shaker and dump the entirety of it onto her soup, an inch high off the top of her bowl. She's eating this spicy red pepper like cereal and didn't even ask for a drink refill. I used to work as a bartender. One day, a middle-aged man walked in and ordered a beer with milk. Me, excuse me? You want the milk in the same glass as the beer? Customer, correct. So I poured him the beer and added milk in the same glass. It looked disgusting to me. I gave him the drink, he paid for it, happily drank his beer milk and left. I had a friend who went through a period where cake decorating was her hobby, and she made some amazing looking cakes that all tasted horrible because of the bizarre flavor combinations. It was always a bit funny because people would compliment the look of them and then have to figure out how to throw their pieces away without being rude about it. The worst one was a Christmas cake with an immaculate looking fondant Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that was an orange spice cake covered in mint icing. It was like brushing your teeth and rinsing with orange juice in cake form. My sister would make Ritz cracker sandwiches, except the thing that went between the two Ritz cracker buns was another Ritz cracker, except chewed up and spit out. It was disgusting. I wasn't going to tell this story, but here I am. As a kid I would eat a whole bag of Doritos without swallowing, and then I'd spit out the pulverized chip dust and saliva mixture and roll it into a ball with my hands, and then let it harden a bit in my desk at school between first and second break, and then eat it again during lunch, when the outside was a bit crunchy again, but the inside was still moist and the consistency of a chocolate truffle. My mom puts peanut butter on cold pizza. It is the closest flavor to vomit that is not vomit. Fun fact. Jelly Belly once tried to create a pizza flavored jelly bean for the Harry Potter every flavored bean line, but people couldn't really tell the difference between the flavors of parmesan and vomit, so they just went all in, kicked the flavor up to 10, and slapped in a vomit flavor. When I was a server, I had a customer dip her bread in a glass of Coke. She finished her whole bread basket and Coke, and asked for another basket and another refill of Coke, and went to town again for round 2. She didn't give a crap how she looked, and ate that shit like it was the best thing on earth. A watermelon and ketchup sandwich. I call it a sandwich because it makes me sad. Mustard on cheesecake. Edit. Answering a few comments. It wasn't me, it was a friend. It was yellow mustard. Any kind of cheesecake. You can't compare it to mustard on a sandwich containing cheese. The flavor profiles of both are completely different. On top of that, cheesecake is a sweet, yes, and somewhat tangy, dessert, whereas normal cheese is just tangy and all the other cheesy flavor profiles. The number of people that misread this as cheesesteak amuses me. Apparently this is normal in the Netherlands. Dude in my dining hall had a plate of sunny side up eggs. Scooped under an egg with his fork, brought it up to his mouth, and only touched his lips to the yolk. Proceeded to suck all the yolk, and then slurped the rest of the egg in. It was like a car crash. I couldn't look away, but I was horrified. This reminds me of an experience my friend had. She was studying Chinese and went to live in a smallish town in China for a bit. She is tall, white, blonde, blue eyes, etc. Because she stood out so much and is a very friendly, sociable person, she became somewhat of a town celebrity. As such, some restaurant owners decided to open the first Westerner-style food place ever in the town and named it after her. On the opening night, she was sat around a big table with lots of local people excited to try the food. I can't remember exactly what was on the plate, but I know she said there was plain pasta, no sauce or anything, and a fried egg. But everyone had chopsticks. So as the restaurant owner said a little speech and then asked them all to start, she said every single person around the table poked a hole in the yolk of the egg with their chopsticks, then lowered their faces to the egg and just sucked up the yolk. The thought of that has always made me laugh. Edit. Whoa, my first silver. Thanks. Gold. Wow. Thanks guys. My baby sister used to eat pancakes and ranch. My mom just accepted it because she was such a picky eater and this was something she just thoroughly enjoyed. We are pretty sure it's cause my mom craved both when she was pregnant with her. My sister used to put ketchup on strawberries. This is why she had to be disappeared, isn't it? Fried eggs with chocolate melted on the yolk. Dipping Oreos in orange juice. My dad's girlfriend puts cucumber in any hot dish she can. Green chili, chicken soup, taco meat, sky's the limit. She also doesn't believe in draining noodles and will let them sit in hot water until each strand of bloated spaghetti is as thick as a goddamn shoelace. I don't eat there anymore